So we get asked a lot of, you know, how would I use smart notebook content when I'm not using the dev version? So what we'll see today really is a preview of just accessible to users today who use Smart Learning Suite software. It's called Smart Learning Suite Online. So really interestingly, as you guys log in, you're going to notice on your devices inside of the web browser, you're actually going to have, kind of similar to how Dana was having you folks join the class lab sessions to play those shouted out activities and whatnot, you're actually going to have Manat's content in your web browser right now. You can actually start to self-pace through that content, and I went ahead as well in the chat window if we as we minimize, if you want to join hellosmart.com in the code or inside of the chat window. So Manat, why don't you show us that just desktop or sorry, the landing page of here of the web-based notebook content here. So a roaring good time. This is our cover page of what would have been our notebook desktop file actually accessible in a browser. We had you as students join the session, and now you all have access to this content to self-pace on your devices. You'll notice that there's pen tools. So Manat, why don't you, you know, just choose a pen tool for us, and let's highlight a roaring good time because it's a roaring good time on a Thursday afternoon here. And you know, tools like highlighting, erasing. There's a select tool as well, you know, to pick up objects and to move objects around. As well in Smart Learning Suite Online. Right now, some of you are probably working your way through the lesson content. So if Manat, after he moves this object, he'll pick, will you go ahead and click that button to show us the pages that are here? We actually have a page sorter on the left, so you might be working your way through some of this activity. As the teacher, what this means is I can hand out via basically web browser version of Smart Notebook content and have my students in small groups pace their way through it, playing things like lab activities, writing on notebook pages. And if I want to pull all of their attention to a task, I can do so with some of our shouted out activities embedded in it. So Manat, why don't we click Instant Shouted Out? And let's ask everybody what their favorite dinosaur is. So we're going to get some spelling here, but tell us, go ahead, send in from your device what your favorite dinosaur is. So you know on your folks that are joined, that when Manat launched that instant shouted out, the whole class actually was taken to this discussion question. And similar to Dana's shouted outs that she used, this is the same idea, a shouted out that you can launch from either the web or from Notebook Desktop. So we want to kind of get these instant teachable moments and discussion points for students whenever we're ready to you know, ask what's on students' minds. So you can see there, and the objects can be moved around and sorted, or if something you know, was sent in that we wanted to delete off the screen, we could put into the trash can. Same idea, we can actually, from the panel on the left of the screen, we could make contributions anonymous, we could make contributions have either the student's name or initials like we have right now showing. So we're seeing a lot of T-Rex, some Velociraptor in there.
I'm just impressed. Yeah, I mean, people are spelling pterodactyl.
Yeah, exactly.
I totally Googled the spelling of it.
I absolutely would have missed the silent P. So very impressed with our crowd's dinosaur acumen. So if Manat wants to end this session right now, he can go to his tools on the left-hand side here, and all he needs to do is click End, and now you'll be sent back into being able to work your way through the file.
That's right. And
as we pace with
I can also pause it as well. So like, let's say let's say we're going to learn more about other dinosaurs throughout the course of this lesson. I can pause, and then we can come back and get new contributions to this space. So that's that is a newer feature that some people may not be aware of.
Very cool. So why don't we just walk through the rest of the content just to show folks what we mean by taking your notebook content and putting it into Smart Learning Suite Online. So again, all from a web browser up on a display. So let's say that, you know, there's a day in which you're inside of a computer lab or you're inside of a classroom. You know, you're floating one day and there's not Smart Notebook Desktop on the PC. When you walk, you can actually access your Smart Notebook file into Smart Learning Suite Online and play a browser. You can see there we actually make our own dinosaur. You can play with on your devices as well. Now, why don't we go to another lab activity? So what really excites us about lab activities inside of Smart Learning Suite Online is it gives the ability for differentiated instruction. So while you all have access to various lab activities on your devices, we can actually start one up on the display or onto a shared display and have students come to the board just like they would inside of Smart Notebooks. So again, our goal here is to create a flexible learning environment. For when you have students using devices, you can get both lab activity and content to those devices. And if you have a display that you're using this on, you can access your content from both the web and from the desktop versions of Smart Notebooks. So it's really about playing that content, getting to that interactivity. So here, be sorting plant eaters and sorting our meat eaters, our herbivores and our carnivores. Want to be cognizant of folks' time. We just wanted to give you a brief preview of this. If you want to actually try it out, the month of January is still a trial period for folks that aren't on a Smart Learning Suite subscription. If you are on a Smart Learning Suite subscription, your school or school district or classroom has access actually to Smart Learning Suite Online. You might be asking, how do I get to it? So I'll type in the chat window. If you go to the website suite.smarttech.com, and I type that in, you're welcome to go there and you'll notice it will tell you kind of how you can get access to the promotional period to try it out. And if you've got a Smart ID that you're using inside of Smart Notebook as you log in, you can use go ahead and use that same login as you're trying out this software. So when you get into it, just to kind of give you one last closing note with it, if you want to import your notebook content, you just click on this green plus sign and you can import any of your notebook desktop content and it will land inside of Smart Learning Suite Online. And really exciting, since Dana showed so many amazing applications of social emotional learning today with her lab activities, you can actually create those activities that Dana showed from Notebook Desktop also from any device. So I can be on an iPad, I can be on a Chromebook, I can actually even be, on just a mobile device. And if I want to create lab activities, just like the ones that Dana showed today, I can actually do so from a mobile browser with Smart Learning Suite Online. So we are basically at time with that moment. Thank everybody for joining us today. Thanks so much to Dana. That was an amazing webinar and really excellent content. And,
Jeremy, I just want to add, I Googled and it was breathing GIF that I Googled, not mindfulness GIF. So it was breathing GIF that you will find a bunch of that. There's a few of them, but it's all the same thing.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for sharing that resource. Thank you much, everybody, for so much for joining us today. We hope that you join us again in the next month for our Educator to Educator webinar series. Like I said, we do this on the every other Thursday, so we'll be back in 2 weeks from today. We post all of these webinars on training.smarttech.com. I'll type that link to the chat window as we close things out, and those of you folks who joined today, you'll get an email that follows up with resources. So thanks so much. Have a great Thursday, great Friday, and a great weekend, and thanks to the presenters for joining us today. Have a good one, everybody.